Thank y'all for coming out tonight. This is another episode of Creators1News, and this is the business segment. And I am El Blanco. We do this every Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern time. So typically, we normally have a crowd. I didn't send out invites tonight. Tonight, I'm just going to talk about some general information dealing with the creators here. For all the creators who are part of the program, the monetization program, and are looking to position themselves for some of that $50 million. $50 million sounds nice. so, um, so I think the first thing is I've heard about the shirts, and I've seen some shirts that Hardy has, and those shirts are his promo for his space game, and that's a good idea. That, and that's kind of cool that it looks like Horizon is gonna let us branch out and make money with our brands now as account holders, right? Now, like I said, I still don't know what extent, because I'm not a part of the program. So because all the non-disclosures they have, because it's an internal thing that group is actually doing with Horizon. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but it's my like I said, it's my understanding that basically if you're on the program, then you basically in a work for hire type deal. But at the same time, they're gonna let you make money with your content. Now, as far as this other ways they're making money with, how long they keep people in the room, retention and things like that, keep people in your world. I'm sorry, not room, but the worlds. That's looking good too now. I'm being more confident in seeing what I'm seeing with Horizon doing certain things, because I used to be not confident. I used to think that, hey, it's not a good look, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what I used to think all the time. But I'm starting to see now that this real opportunities now being opened up again, and this opportunity is not making us so competitive trying to get the money, because now it's all about what you're doing on your own. So for the creators who build, okay, here's my thing. For the creators that build, remember, you always have new people coming in, people who don't have worlds, who don't have their own locations, own places to hang out, and they will not know that it's millions of places to hang out, and they could turn them into their own places just by going into a what you would call private world, or make it a closed session, right? So, but then again, you got a lot of people too that was like me. I came in, I didn't care about what the cost was. I wanted mine, right? My own. And they'll pay you. You know what I'm saying? So for you who are seeing other people make money because they're building, and people who are making assets and selling assets, they're going as far as now as importing assets in for Trimesh, because some people still haven't learned how to use Blender. They haven't learned how to use Unity and things like that. So that's an opportunity right now. That's an opportunity. So every time there's an opportunity, I suggest you jump on that opportunity and do the things that some people do not have the ability to do. And don't try to hit them over the head with a large fee. Just charge them something small and have them coming back and have them bringing people to you. And it'll make sense, because you'll be able to make money doing that. And I suggest you do that, because a lot of people ain't never going to learn Unity or Blender regardless. They're not going to go that far, because that requires sometimes to take them out of the element of enjoying themselves to now start learning. So, for other people who may not be builders, but people like myself I have a talent. My talent is I can dance, but I'm not stripping. But I got poetry, and I do that a lot, right? So I have a talent, right? So I can turn that talent into a digital asset just by putting my talent over digital recording along with digital content, and have somebody pimp it out, right? And then I can sell it, right, down the road. So I keep telling everybody, if you have a talent, right? And your talent could just be talking to people. You could be a big personality. That means people will want you to be at their world moderating, be at their world promoting their world. Some people will pay good money. If you can keep the people in, you can make good money. But this is what I see since I've been in Horizon World. I don't see a lot of people who are marketing professionals coming in here, because if you got one good marketing professional in here, and the closest person that came to that I've seen, in my opinion, but he was doing it on his own, he was doing it still from a lower level, was Super. And I miss Super. Super was my guy, because Super made me very motivated about hanging around in Horizon, looking forward, right? So people don't come in here with a marketer's mind, because if you have a marketer's mind or you understand how marketing works, you can make things happen for you in here, period, because you have people in here that are here for many reasons, and you can go after those people. And that's what corporations do when they're paying people like Horizon. When you getting something for free, like this is free to come on here, that means you have people who are paying marketing dollars to market to you, right? That's all they're doing. They need to know what you're interested in, so they need your account. So certain information about you through your account, and that's what all these companies are really doing when they have these big platforms. They're selling your information to companies that need to market to you. So it's to the point to where you mention something about some. If you mention anything about some shoes today, it'll show up in your feed somewhere else, right? So you're gonna be getting marketed to. So we need to understand that that's how marketing works, and that's why they're willing to pay big dollars. Because the really the big dollars that you can make in here is the big dollars from the marketing money that's been put in here by the companies in the first place. Because they want people to be in here because they're behind these companies are behind a lot of things which will direct you back to them in some form of fashion, or eventually lead you to them. And that's even if you're not even paying attention. Even if you're on the Oculus side and looking at some of the advertisements or looking at some things in between, you have companies that are all involved and connected to this virtual platform, and we'll be getting more and more companies involved because this is the future of everything. Virtual reality, augmented reality, it's just going to be part of society, period, in every level. Right now we're gaming, we're having a good time with it, and we're learning to create, and also we're getting ready to learn how to make money. So, and last not least, for y'all who are professionals at it, people like RJ, people who did this kind of work in, beforehand, people like Dirt. Um, these people are gonna come in here and they're gonna be able to make games, right? And the more kids come in here looking for games, you're gonna mess around and you're gonna get a game that's gonna be like, at least out of the population, you may have 50,000 people like. Because that's how I get, y'all. It's gonna get just that big. I mean, you may have 50,000 people that love this one particular game, and 50,000 people be coming on just to play that game all the time. You know what I'm saying? And then the next generation of those kids or people who gonna come behind them, and you're gonna mess around and you're gonna create a game that's gonna last throughout time and pay you just like a record, a hit song record. And I tell people these things because I want to motivate them, because I don't think a lot of people don't have foresight because they don't have background in this. So I have background in business. So in business, I had to learn marketing, I had to learn all this stuff, right? And one thing we learned in marketing is forecasting. How can you forecast? Forecast is to foresee, to see into the future based on what you're doing now and based on what's coming and based on all the things that's in support of what's coming, right? And what's coming is not like because I felt it's coming or I think it's coming. It's because we understand that if all this government regulations and regulatory stuff is on this topic, and then all these investors and all this private money and all this BlackRock and all these other major entities are putting money into this topic or into this field, then we know that it's coming, right? It's simple as that. Now, I can give you a simple example in real estate, right? In real estate,
Ay, qué estúpido,
how
puta madre.
did the people know or regular people know that a certain area is about to be getting full scale development? Well, anytime you knew that a Starbucks was coming back in the day, a Starbucks was coming to a certain area, you knew they was going to gentrify that area and build that area out, because that area either was going to have high end condos, or it's going to have business housing for business people, or it's going to be dealing with some college location, or it's going to be something just that was major. Starbucks. So then, as investors, real estate investors, people who flip houses and all that, as soon as they found out, they were scrambling trying to get properties, trying to get people to quit claim deed them if they could. They couldn't buy them off of them. And they was trying to get houses or any kind of property in that area because they know when they sold it, they're going to sell it for 200 or 300, well, 200% probably at the highest of what it was worth, because they understood that that was the forecast, because Starbucks have already did all the all the forecasting, and wherever they plan on being, it was based on what the government was doing and where investment was doing. So I'm just bringing this type of information in here, or this type of talk to you guys, even though I know I can get kind of technical. But basically, bottom line is, um, you better learn how to market. You better start understanding the principles of marketing and what it means to market, what it means to establish a brand and market that brand and start making that brand, like they say, a household word if you possibly can. So when people come into a rising world, you want somebody to be mentioning something about your brand or something you did. So it won't be just hinging on your talent. It won't be just hinging on what you got, your content. It sometimes have to hinge on how well you're positioning yourself in here and how well you're making sure that people are hearing about you, even if they're not dealing with your product or your services, they're hearing about you. And for what reason? Create the interest in marketing, maintain an interest in marketing, and in due time, that number will come through. So once again, thank you for coming through. This is Creators1News. Shout out to Miss Roxy, Universal Dragon, Joy Rain, yeah, Complex, and Evie in the house. Our team. We got our our normal visitor, rock with us, Easter Too Shy, and S King, S Kids King, S King Kid. He's gone. But yeah, those are the people that was here tonight with us, y'all rocking out with us. So we're gonna hit to the main studio. So y'all make sure that when y'all, if you missed this one, we're still jumping off right next door after this one. Typically, this last 30 minutes or less, and then we jump right into the next one, which is the main segment. So come on out every Thursday and check us out. Once again, I'm El Blanco. Good night.